This is exactly the banging body I so wish to have, and I must get it.
They say beauty can bloom like a rose, but what if the price of that bloom is your very bones? Celine lived in one of the most admired estates in Abuja, a place where people valued appearance as much as comfort. In morning walks around the estate, neighbors often paused to greet her. She was polite, she was warm, and her natural beauty always drew attention, though never quite enough to satisfy her own longing. In the estate gym, she watched other girls with sculpted waists and dramatic silhouettes. On social media, she followed influencers who seemed effortlessly perfect. And even though Celine was admired, she felt invisible beside them. She believed that if her waist were only a little slimmer, the world would finally take notice. One night, while scrolling through her phone, she came across whispers of a surgeon in Abuja who worked with something beyond medicine. A man known for transformations that defied biology. His message was simple. Give me your ribs, and I will plant them in my enchanted garden. Each rib will bloom into a rose, and your beauty will reflect their glow. Celine hesitated, but the desire to be admired pushed her forward. She visited his quiet, hidden clinic in the outskirts of the city. The place looked ordinary, yet carried an unusual stillness. She agreed to the procedure. One rib was removed, without pain, without blood, and when the surgeon placed it into enchanted soil, a luminous rose grew instantly. Celine's waist drew slightly inward. She returned a second time. Another rib gone. Another rose bloomed. Now, during her evening walks in the estate, people stared longer. Compliments followed her. Neighbors whispered. Her social media engagement tripled overnight. With every visit, the garden grew brighter. And with every visit, Celine grew weaker. Her breath became shallow on the stairs. Her figure was admired, yet her body felt fragile. In the gym, she could no longer lift light weights. Even walking from her apartment to the gate left her trembling. Still, she went back. Still, she wanted more. One evening, after yet another session, Celine tried to make her usual walk around the estate, but halfway through, her legs gave way. She held her side where her ribs once were, struggling to stay upright as her breath slipped away. Desperate to see the garden that had cost her so much, she took a ride to the surgeon's grounds. It was dark, but the roses glowed fiercely, whispering her name, their light reflecting the life they took from her. Celine stepped towards them, but collapsed on the grass, her body no longer strong enough to hold her up. She lay among the roses as their glow slowly faded. By morning, the garden had wilted. The roses turned grey, their petals scattered like ashes in the wind. Celine was found lifeless, coiled on the ground, surrounded by the remnants of what she traded herself for. People in her estate mourned her. They spoke of her beauty, her kindness, and the pressure that pushed her to seek more than she ever needed. And her story became a warning told in gyms, salons, and online spaces. Never trade the bones that hold you together for roses that will fade.